Uh, Biden talks about. I just wanted to get into the economic, some political stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit about the economy. I'm no expert. I'm just reading what the news says. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to do that. Now, Joe Biden, Vice President of the United States, unfortunately, says there is a recovery. Oh yeah, great recovery. Oh man, all these. Look at the stimulus. If we wouldn't pass the stimulus, oh my gosh, we would be in hell. The streets would be crumbling. People would be begging on the streets, and there'd be chaos. You know, oh my gosh, you know, this is the worst recession since the Great Depression. You know what I mean? All this crazy stuff. Now, I'm going to read you an article in Politico where I'm going to give you the direct quotes of Joe Biden, so then add David Axel what they're saying, and then I'm going to show you. I'm going to compare what reality is and their imagination and their fantasy world that they're living on. And of course, the liberals are going to say, "Oh man, but you have to understand, it's going to take Obama a long time to correct the failed policies of the so-called failed policies of the Bush administration, which there were some." And I'm not agree. I don't agree with Bush all the time on the economic front. But they always say, "Oh, it's Bush's fault. It's Bush's fault." Let's talk about. In this video. I'm gonna talk about all the bad economic news. Unfortunately, look, regardless of who's president, we all want America to be, a better place. We all want this economy to be good. We all want America. We all love this country. Regardless of political party, and we want to see America go. But unfortunately, right now, it's not the case, and we got a president of the United States that just doesn't get it, in my opinion. All right, so I'm going to go to the article where Vice President Joe Biden talks about the so-called recovery, and David Axelrod. Okay, this is from Politico.com. Okay, Vice President Joe Biden today will kick off the Obama administration's recovery summer, a six-long push designed to highlight the jobs accompanying a surge of stimulus funding projects to improve highways, parks, drinking waters, other. Okay, fine. Let's just get to the quotes of David Axelrod. David Axelrod, who's the senior advisor to the President of the United States, he's the Karl Rove of the Obama administration. This summer will be the most active recovery season yet, with thousands of highly visible road, bridge, water, and infrastructure projects breaking the ground across the country, giving the American people a first-hand look at the recovery in their own backyards and making it crystal clear what cost it would have been with it. I'm just paraphrasing here. If we would have done nothing. All right. Now, I'm gonna get into the reality. I'm unfortunately gonna get into the reality, and I'm gonna tell you. You're after this video, you're gonna be like, "What the hell? These guys are just so delusional." I mean, before I get into articles, just basic stuff that everybody's unemployment that actually is 9.6%. We got a $13 trillion deficit. Okay. How could you possibly say the economy is recovering? All right, it's not. Unfortunately, it's getting worse, and I'm going to bring in some articles proving my point. Okay. This is according. Well, 1 second. Let me get the article. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Oh, here we go. And this is it. Orders of durable goods in the U.S. Increased less than forecast in July. Sales of new homes did unexpectedly drop, increasing of risk renewed recession, the world's largest economy. Bookings of goods to last 3 years rose 0.3%. Figures from the Commerce Department show today in Washington. Another thing, purchases of new dwellings, which means homes, fell 12% an annual pace of 276,000, the weakest since 1963. So no one's buying new homes. No one's buying anything. The reports indicate capital spending of one of the few bright spots. Anyways, okay, so there you go. The so-called recovery, right? People are not buying, houses. Prices on mortgages fell, I think, at 27%. How could you possibly say that the economy is recovering? It's ridiculous. I mean, for people to say that the economy is recovering, right? It's just ridiculous. All right, here's another perfect example. This is by Daniel Wagner. of the Associated Press. Orders to U.S. factories for big-ticketed manufactured goods increased slightly in July, but business spent less on the economic recovery and lost momentum. Demand for durable goods rose at 0.3% last month. Stick with me. The Commerce Department said Wednesday. The overall increase was driven by a 75.9% increase in orders of commercial airplanes. All right, so the only reason why there was an increase in manufacturing was because of commercial airplanes. Now, if you take away, without the volatile I'm quoting direct, transportation sector, orders dropped 3.8%, the steepest decline since January. Business spent less on equipment and machines. Orders on capital goods fell 8%. Machineries, computers were especially hard hit. Orders for machinery goods dropped 15%, the biggest decline in record for that category. The report was grim compared to June's month. Overall orders in June declined about a revised 1%, but excluding transportation, orders rose 2%. Spending by business increased 3.6% that month, a rare bright spot. Okay, so basically, you see, people are not, producing. Our entrepreneurs, the people that work hard and give it their all, they're not producing anything. They're not buying, as the article stated, they're not buying computers. They're not buying volatile and important stuff for their business. You know why they're not doing that? This is me. You know why they're not doing that? Because they're uncertain. They know they're uncertain of what the healthcare legislation, as I stated in the previous video, all those massive taxes, what is it going to do to their business? They're skeptic. All businesses are cutting back because they know that healthcare costs are going to skyrocket. They know it. So why would they want to buy any of these things? Why would they want to hire more people? Why would they want to spend more and more money on computers or airplane or whatever? Why would they want to when they're uncertain of the Bush tax cuts that might expire for the so-called rich? Why would they want to buy anything? Because they're not certain. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know because of all these massive taxes and regulations. It's unbelievable. How could you possibly say the economy is recovering? Now, one thing I didn't mention is that if you look at the overall, when the government says that their debt and unfunded obligations is $13 trillion, that is not including entitlement programs. Now, if you include Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, all those things, our unfunded liability off the books is over $100 trillion. Okay? How could you possibly say that the economy is recovering? We had 2 straight months of losing 100,000 jobs. 2 straight months of that. Okay? The mortgage, the housing industry is failing. All sectors are failing. Okay? The economy is on its back. The Dow Jones just recently went under 10,000. It's unstable. People are uncertain of what policies are going to come out of the Obama administration because they know all these massive taxes and massive regulations. They're not sure about it. Why would they? It's unbelievable. What we have to do is cut spending. We have to cut the deficit. Republicans, Democrats are both guilty of that. They're both guilty of being big spenders. We must cut the deficit. We must cut taxes. It works. Okay, if you look back to Calvin Coolidge, no one talks about it. I don't hear, besides Glenn Beck, I don't hear any conservative talk show gurus talking about this. Calvin Coolidge did the same thing as Kennedy, President Reagan, President George Bush. He cut taxes. But something else that he did that no other president did. Unfortunately, not Bush and not Reagan. He cut spending by 50%. Alright? And that's why the Roaring Twenties came about. Unemployment was under 2% for most of his administration. Most of it. And guess what? You know what they did? And most people don't know that there was 2 Great Depressions. The first time there was a smart person in office, not the Roosevelt, socialist. I think. I mean, people are going to call me radical, but I'll get into another video why he's social. I think he's a socialist. And why I think Barack Obama's a Marxist too. But again, those things, I mean, I know I'm going to get, bumped up from criticized from the left oh, you extremists, oh, you're the fear mongering, oh my gosh, all that stuff. But it's the truth. You know, but the important thing is, yes, we have to cut taxes. It works. But we also have to not. We have to cut the deficit, my friend. We have to cut back on entitlement spending. And you know what the left? Who cares what the left says? You know what the left? The argument on the left is going to be. Oh, you don't care about the sick. You don't care about the homeless. You want people to be on the streets. That's what they say. You know when Sharon Engel says she wants to do away with Social Security, I mean Medicare. Oh, you want to get rid of Medicare? You don't care about the sick. You're so you're not compassionate. And what she really said was, and this is what I think we have to do, for all those people that are currently, the older people that have invested this in their whole life, should get those benefits, and we should not take them away because that would be evil. But that's what will happen if we don't reform, all these programs such as Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. I just stated $100 trillion in the red. What I'm talking about, and what most conservative thinkers are talking about, is eventually, for the baby boomers, the younger guys, take them off Social Security and let them have a choice. All right? Economists are predicting that Social Security is going to go bankrupt in about 10 years. Is it right to our senior citizens to say that to them in 10 years, you know what? I'm sorry. We are bankrupt. We can't give you your benefits. I'm sorry. That's evil. You know what the hypocrisy is that they say, oh man, you don't care about Medicare, you don't like Medicare, you don't like Social Security. And then in the healthcare bill, they're going to cut Medicare by $500 billion. What's that going to do to seniors? All right? There you go. So, just some stuff about the economy and stuff, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyway, just to underscore before I close, just the delusional. I mean, I'm telling you, look at all this news. How could you possibly say that the economy is getting better? How can you possibly say it? It's ridiculous. Now, I'm not a partisan hack. I don't want the economy to stay better so the Republicans can win office. As an American, you want the economy to be better so you could have a better future, so your friends can have a better future, and everybody can have a better future. And anyway, guys, as you can tell, it's the Sabbath. I'm Jewish, so obviously you know that. You can see my key, right? So that's the reason why I'm wearing a white shirt. I'm too lazy to change. Comments are welcome. Disagreements are welcome. This is America. This is why we have the First Amendment. So anybody who disagrees with me, by all means, comment right here, my friend. And also, just to close, I want to do Let's Plays. I just got to figure out how to get the equipment. And hopefully soon we can start doing Let's Plays. That would be awesome. I'm probably going to do Legend of Zelda. I know it's been done 100 billion times, but I want to do it. When I get the equipment, when I figure out how to get it done. Anyway, guys, it's almost 1 o'clock. I'm probably going to go to sleep soon. So, thanks for checking in if you do. Bye.